WKBN 27 First News starts now with breaking news.
Now we are breaking away from that Michael Cohen coverage as we do have some breaking local news here in the Valley. If that testimony continues from Michael Cohen, you can continue watching on our sister station WYTV. But now we want to get you to that local news.
We had well over 12 hours of active negotiations between the crisis response team negotiators and the deceased.
Now those breaking news developments this afternoon, we've just learned within the last hour, the suspect behind a tense standoff with police is now dead. Now we've also learned who that suspect is. Now this is still a developing story this afternoon. So First News anchor Dave Sess is live sharing everything we know about what all went down on 5th Street in Struthers. Dave, what can you tell us?
An FBI review team will be looking over the home in Struthers where Brandon Schmidt was killed. Negotiations had been going on for over half of a day, trying to get him to surrender. A boy said he heard a fight between the 47-year-old Schmidt and his 16-year-old sister. They got out of the house safely. Police came in. This all started last night when Schmidt wouldn't leave. The standoff started then. FBI said negotiations were in good faith, but then that changed this morning.
It appears that the subject, Brandon Schmidt, broke the window out in his residence and pointed his rifle at law enforcement. Obviously, the loss of life under any circumstances is not the desired result, but that unfortunately is what happened this morning.
Police are aware of Brandon Schmidt and said he had some incidents in his past. Again, the FBI saying that negotiations were going good. He would answer questions with them during that standoff as well. But again, this morning, he was shot and killed after pointing a gun at police. Now, here along 5th Street, it's still actually closed as they wait for that FBI review team to look over the home and the neighborhood. In fact, somebody just came down here wanting to get to their house, go down the sidewalk, but they still would not let them back in. So the homes in this neighborhood, the people who were asked to voluntarily leave, they're not being allowed to come back in just as of yet. Live in Struthers, Dave Sess, WKBN 27 First News.
All right, thanks, Dave. Now, we've also learned how a teen girl is doing after going to the hospital in the midst of that standoff. Police say she has a concussion after the suspect hit her in the head with a flashlight. They also say she has a broken forearm. Now, we talked to a neighbor who says she's a family friend. She says the teen is resting comfortably now.
She's doing very well. She's, you know, chances are she's probably going to be released from the hospital either today or tomorrow.
That neighbor also told us the girl has 5 stitches in her head and staples. Stay with us both on air and online at WKBN.com for updates on this still developing story.